The other player, so a few more players I wanted to cover. You recently broke down Henry Ruggs, who obviously was the first rookie off the board last year ahead of CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Justin Jefferson, but he finished just eighth amongst rookies in receiving yards with only 452 yards. And as you mentioned in your breakdown, he never caught more than 3 balls in a game. He surpassed 100 yards only once. And he was held to 8 yards or less in 5 of his 13 starts. So really just did not seem to be a high impact player for the majority of the year. What kind of went wrong with this guy?
I think, when they drafted him, they had a sense, or they should have had a sense that this was a developmental receiver that, there was a lot of good to his game. And I'm not saying he's totally raw like some of the speed guys that we saw, but he was more raw than, guys like CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy, certainly Justin Jefferson, as far as his route running ability and just his size. So those are two things that needed, big time improvements as he was entering the NFL. You could see that lack of strength really play out last year against the press when he was being rerouted or he's being, slowed down at the line of scrimmage, which negated that 4.2 speed. His route running wasn't all there. The limited time in an offseason really affected his chemistry with Carr. There were times where he got open and Carr might not have trusted him and let it rip like he would with the guy like Nelson Aguilar, who he developed a really good chemistry with, or he just missed him because the timing just wasn't there. So those were all issues that Ruggs had to suffer through his rookie season. And reportedly this year, he's added some size. And it sounds like he's building the rapport with Carr now. And as far as usage, last year he was just used to clear out the field, run deep routes and clear out the field, take the top off the defense. And he did that. There was a lot of attention put on him, which opened up things for Darren Waller and, opened up things for the run game and opened things underneath. But this year, there is no Nelson Aguilar anymore. So maybe some of those deep targets go to him. Maybe they stop using just as decoy and start game planning ways to get him open.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you kind of expect him to take that step with the added muscle and whatnot? Obviously, it's tricky until we start seeing action, seeing how it really looks. But do you think there's a much more complete receiver there? Or do you think it's always going to kind of be this deep ball, whether he gets a deep shot or not? It might just be more of a decoy. Do you think he can take his game to a different level, though?
I do. I think he's going to have a much better season this season, especially with the added weight. And I think with a quarterback like Derek Carr, trust is such an important thing for him to just uncork it and take those chances with you. And it sounds like he is developing that with Carr. So I think he's going to have a much better season. Unfortunately, he's going to be pitted up against, guys like CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to reach that level of productivity, but I do believe that he'll have a much better season and, maybe challenge for 800 to 1,000 yards this year.
That'd be pretty nice, especially given he falls to around 10, 12 or so in fantasy drafts right now. Be a real value at that point if he takes the next step. And I think it's a great bet, given the types of players you're getting at that point. The athleticism he brings to the table at 4.2 speed seems to be like a solid shot. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.